Hey, sports fans, PB&Z Sports Chaos. Happy holidays, PB. Day after Christmas, or 2 days after Christmas. We get ready with some bowl game action. But first, let's talk NFL, PB, because right now, this weekend, there's some football NFL playoff implications of some of the games we're about to pick, right? So let's get right into this thing. Starting with the Chargers and the Pats. This game should be a no-brainer, right? Well, maybe not. It's kind of a short week because of a holiday in the middle of it, right? So obviously the teams probably didn't practice on Wednesday, maybe not even on Tuesday. Who knows, right? And we could see that in the Thursday night game, apparently there was still Christmas hangovers because that was the ugliest game in America, right? 6-3 on the bottom
Right.
line, right? Seattle wins that game. Chargers go east. We've always thought this. Remember, we did our divisional playoff, divisional picks this year. I picked the Pats to win this game because Chargers had to come east in cold weather to play a 1 p.m. game. It's tomorrow, so a short week. It's on a Saturday. It's a 1 p.m. game, freezing rain in Foxborough. What do you think?
Yeah, that plays right into the hands of Jim Harbaugh style football. I mean, is really what it boils down to.
Him
I
personally, better
mean,
on his team.
right. I mean, I just feel like running the football, although let's put Gus Edwards is out, right? Obviously J.K. Dobbins is out. He's been out. So Kiami Vidal is going to have to step up as the running back in this game. But I look at this game, though, I think, what is the Chargers' MO? They run the football. They play hard-nosed football. They even though Harbaugh is coaching the Chargers, he's from Michigan. He
Yeah,
likes cold weather, raw type football games. And also, not to mention, despite how well Drake May has been playing, the Patriots have 3 wins this year. They're 3-11. And the Chargers need this game to clinch a playoff spot. I think the Chargers smoke the Patriots tomorrow easy. Like it's not even a question in my mind.
I don't see it as easy. I think the Chargers find a way to pull it out. I think it's a fourth quarter game, and the Patriots, once again, after leading in the first half like they did last week against the Bills, blow a lead and they give it up. Unfortunately, when the rain stops in the second half, Chargers win that game. I think G Money has Chargers as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he does. But closer than people think. I don't know, figure out what the odds are. I think it's a 4 point
It's
game, though.
four. It's 4 points. I would lay the 4 all day on that game.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Another game with playoff implications, although one of these teams has a long road to go. They can win out and they still can't help themselves because they need a lot of help. But the Cincinnati Bengals are hosting this game against the Broncos. Broncos as well, I think they have to win at least one game and then out of
Yep.
these two in order to get in, provided some other stuff doesn't happen. But what do you think in this game?
Right. And then Cincinnati and Miami and Cincinnati, with Cincinnati, Miami, and Indy are the other 3 teams that are kind of like hanging out right now, waiting for those teams to lose, right? The Chargers lose or the Broncos lose, and one of those 3 teams wins, all of a sudden, that one of those 3 teams that wins is in the playoff picture going into the last week of the year. But again, you have an opportunity to clinch it. Denver's the better football team this year. There's no question about it. And I just think it's only because Cincinnati's defense. If Cincinnati had somewhat of a defense, I might say they could pull this off, but I'm going Denver in this one.
See, I totally disagree. Cincinnati's defense may not be that good, but Joe Burrow against the rookie in a shootout, he wins that all. Right now, by the way, I've heard this on a lot of different talk shows. The one team that the Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens do not want to see make the playoffs is the Cincinnati Bengals. And by the way, if they do, Joe Burrow could be the MVP in the league the way he's playing. Right now, he's about to go to 5,000 yards and 50 touchdown passes if he continues to play as he has all season. So
Uh,
I get Bengals win this game. I don't even think it's close. I think they show us why there's a rookie quarterback playing for the Broncos. Bengals win. So does
all
G
right.
Money.
Okay. G1 is the Bengals too. I'm going Broncos in this one. I think Bo Nix gets it done. Sorry.
Good luck on that one. All right, Cardinals Rams. This game no longer a playoff game. Implications for the Cardinals. They got eliminated last week. Rams are still kind of in, but they also could be out if they lose the next two in a row. So they have to win this game. They're hosting the game. What do you think? Seattle's watching this game as well because they won that barn burner 6-3 the other day.
I'm going Rams on this one. I don't think it's a question. Again, the teams that to me that know that if they win, they clinch a playoff berth. because even last night, despite all that shit that was going on, Seattle knew that they had to win that game to stay in the playoff hunt, and they did. And I think when you have a team that's out of it and a team that's fighting to play to get in, the team that's playing to get in is the team to pick. And that's why I'm going.
I got Rams. They're more balanced. Their wide receivers, Cooper and Puka, have been unbelievable. But Kyler Murray, this is when he shows up. When you least expect it, he shows up and shows out. The game's closer than we think, but the Rams do win. G Money's got Rams as well.
He does.
All right, Dolphins and Browns. I thought immediately when I saw this on the schedule, I go, "There's no way in hell." But the Dolphins going to break. It's going to be 50 degrees. Yes, it's going to be raining, but it's going to be over 50 degrees in Cleveland. God help them out. I think the Dolphins win this game because of the weather's in their favor. Only because of the weather's in their favor.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If they were going to freezing cold weather to be one thing, I mean, let's just face it though, there are players on the Dolphins who went to college and are from cold weather cities. So it's not like
never wins below 30. I think it's 32.
Right. Tua grew up in freaking Hawaii and went to Alabama.
So that means his team doesn't win. So it doesn't matter the other players. But it's 50 degrees. I think they end up winning this game.
And I agree with you on that one. I think, and again, we're talking about a team that needs to win to stay in the hunt, depending on what but if the Chargers win tomorrow, obviously that takes away one of the spots. Miami's still in it because Denver has to lose too, but they got to win the game to stay in it. So I take the Dolphins in that one. Yeah.
All right, let's start. This one has a lot of implications. Packers, Vikings, both those teams are going to make the playoffs, but this one's all about seeding and who has the advantage going into the playoffs if they end up meeting. What do you think of this game in Minnesota, which some people say is one of the best home field advantages outside of since KC? I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. I mean, they're a fake team this year. They're a fake team. I mean, I don't think that team gets out of the first round. They're going to have to go on the road, and they're going to play an opponent like maybe the Rams or something like that in the first round, and they're going to lose. This team to me is not a real team. Green Bay all day long. Like, give me Green Bay. Any chance I get to take Green Bay in a situation like this, I think they're getting a point. So they're actually underdogs. Give me Green Bay.
The Sam Darnold redemption tour continues. He tears them up. Green Bay gets exposed on the back end like they normally do. And so I see them winning this game. And Jordan Love comes down to earth a little bit. So Vikings win the game.
Wow, you got the Vikes, huh?
Yeah, home field advantage. We're not playing in Green Bay, folks. We're playing
in the dome. Skull.
There you
go. Me and G Money have Green Bay on that one.
All right, Falcons go to the Commanders. Michael Penix in his second game. We beat the Giants last week. That's not really a big deal. This is a big game for the Falcons, though. They need to win this game to stay ahead of Tampa Bay, technically, right? At the end of the day. What do you think?
Well, and the Commanders also need this game to clinch their playoff spot, right? So,
right.
And Washington's a better team, man. Let's just face it. Despite the talent that Atlanta has on offense, it comes down to quarterback play. And at the end of the day, Jayden Daniels right now is competing for Rookie of the Year, and he's lights out. I mean, he threw up 5 touchdown passes against a stout Philadelphia defense last week. Let's not forget that. This team is on a mission. They're on a run. You laughed at me at the beginning of the season when I said this team would make the playoffs, and here they are, potentially in a situation where they could go 12-5. So I'm all over the Commanders.
By the way, this is a team that will be one and done in the playoffs. The Commanders. I got them. They'll win this game. Jayden Daniels is going to now win the Rookie of the Year because Bo Nix is going to choke against the Bengals, and this is going to be Jayden's coming out party for the Rookie of the Year. He clinches it with this game. Falcons, they're going to be in trouble. They lose this game. Now they got to win next week and hope that Tampa Bay, I think, loses 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, at that point in time. But I got the Commanders as well. I'm with you on that one. All right, man. And by the way, G Money also is on
Washington. He's got the Commanders as well.
We're all taking Washington. So that means the Falcons probably win the game. All right. Let's pick a couple bowl games. We'll do our regular against the spread 4-play. Starting out tonight, USC plays Texas A&M in one of those traditional bowls, the Las Vegas Bowl. It's not really a traditional bowl. Texas A&M's a 3-point favorite. USC, I think Texas A&M has some guys that opted out of this game. USC, I think, has a full roster, if I heard correctly. What do you think of this game? And it's going to be a USC crowd. It's in Vegas.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going with USC in this one. And if you give me the points, we're picking these against the spread, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You give me the 3 points, I'll take USC.
I got Texas A&M. I have not seen enough out of USC. I don't care how many A&M defections they have. USC just has not impressed me all year. Although they have a decent running game, but this game's in Allegiant Stadium. Weather's not going to be a factor, so I don't see that helping at all. All right, tomorrow in New York City, the Pinstripe Bowl. BC goes to play the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Cornhuskers roll in as a 4-point favorite. BC has been on an absolute roll since they changed their starting quarterback. What do you think of this game?
I think BC can cover. Give me the 4 points. I think BC can keep it close. Maybe they'll lose by a field goal, but I think they can win outright as well. So I'll take the points with the Eagles in this one.
I'm with you. All right. Going into another traditional bowl game, the Pop Tart Bowl game down in Orlando. You got number 18 Iowa State going against number 13 Miami. Iowa State's had a decent year. They came back. Not people all expected out of them. Miami was supposed to be in the CFP. They faded at the end. They're not there. They're a 3.5-point favorite against Iowa State. What do you think?
Yeah, and you know what? To your point, they're fading. They're fading team right now. They haven't proven that they can beat big time schools.
And by
And
the way, Cam Ward is expected to play, but a lot of talk that he won't finish. They'll take him out at halftime to keep him from getting injured because he's going to go into the draft.
yeah, I like Iowa State. Give me the 3.5 points. I'm going to take Iowa State. If Miami wins this game, I'd be surprised. I might even take Iowa State straight up on this. But if Miami wins, they win by a field goal. So I'm going to take Iowa State.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to Ohio State too then. Yeah, G Money has them as well.
He
All right,
does.
here's another game with a lot of potential opt-outs, although Dion says everybody's playing, at least in the first half. They play in the Alamo Bowl. Number 23, Colorado, plays number 17 by BYU. This is actually a conference game because they're both in the same conference, although I believe they did not play during the regular season. Colorado's a 4-point favorite. Supposedly, like I said, the players are going to play the first half, maybe the second half. We'll see. What do you think?
Yeah, give me prime time. We're talking about prime time in a bowl right now. You know, give me Dion. Give me the Buffaloes. Lay the 4. I'm all in on Colorado.
I think Dion takes Shedeur out of the game much earlier than people think, so he doesn't hurt his chances in the draft. And for that reason alone, BYU wins the game because Shedeur plays maybe a quarter, if at that best, when he gets hit hard. So I don't see him playing the whole game, maybe not even 3/4. BYU covers the spread. 4 point. I'll take it all day long.
Okay.
All right, let's go to CFP. You and I were texting last week. The first round was not good. It was ugly. Every game was a blowout. The home team won every game. This weekend, we go into the weekend where you've got the 4 bye teams. 3 of them are underdogs by double digits. One of them is an underdog. It's Oregon by 2 points. What do you think in this game?
Yeah. And last week, all the favorites just, despite the big spreads and everything else, they just smoked and ran through it. By the way, I hit a 14 parlay last week, all my college picks, because I wasn't falling into those traps. So starting off with what here?
Let's go with Penn State, Boise State. Penn State's 11-point favorite. We're just going to pick the winner, but I can tell you right now, I don't see Penn State covering that game.
Okay, and you know what? I think G Money has Boise, and you have Boise. You know what? I'm not falling in the trap. I'll tell you.
I can pick that. Let's take Penn State. I don't think Penn State covers, but I think they win the game.
Oh, well, we're just picking this one straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, okay. Oh, straight up. Yeah, straight up. I got Penn State all day. I think Penn State can actually cover the game too, despite the fact that, let's face it, Yankee is an amazing player, amazing athlete. He's going to be one of the highest picked running backs in the draft in recent years. You're talking about like Saquon type, pick. He's going to be right up there at the top of the draft. Kijana Carter, back in the day when he was taken like second or third overall in the draft as a running back, like we're going to see him drafted very high in the draft because of the numbers he put up. And you know what? He's going to put up 150 to 180 yards rushing in this game. He's probably going to put up a touchdown or two, but the final score is going to be 38-24. Like Penn State wins this, they cover. all day. I'm
Oh,
all over Penn
they
State.
don't cover. They don't. They're gonna.
I-
This is gonna be a nail biter. They don't cover this game.
All right,
Penn
I'm
State
all
wins
over
it.
Penn State.
They're a
You and
bad
G.
road team, and this is a road game for them. They play. This is in the Fiesta Bowl out in Arizona.
I
Where,
know.
by the way, Boise State has proven in that bowl before against Oklahoma back about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, with a big surprise, with a big stud running back then, right? So we'll see. I would not be surprised. Boise State makes this a close game. All right,
Okay,
let's
so wait. You and G Money are wait. You're taking Penn State to win,
but
but
not cover.
not to cover. I'm taking
Right.
Penn State to win and cover. G Money's taking Boise State straight up to win the game.
I know he is. I know he is.
Yeah. All right.
He doesn't like two good points. He said Penn State's not that good against good running teams, and they're a horrible road team. So call it a road game if you want, but he's got a point. All
Okay.
right, Texas plays Arizona State. I believe this game is in the Peach Bowl. Yes, it is. Arizona State won the Big 12. They got a bye. Texas is rolling. They're a 13.5 point favorite. I think they cover and they win this thing upside down.
Yeah. Oh, Texas all day long. Give me Texas. They not only win the game, but they cover the spread.
But you know what? I also heard a guy that could be a big factor in this game, controlling the ball and making it as close than people expect, is Cam Atterbury, the running back from Arizona State. Tough back, almost as tough as Genty, and as big as him as well. So could be interesting. But I agree with you.
And
All
G
right,
Money has Arizona State winning straight up.
he does. I know it. I know.
I don't know what he's on, but okay.
When they have to say, well, Arizona State's been, you know what? All these teams have been off for a month almost. So the four home teams, or the four bye teams, I should say, have been off for a month. That's going to be I think that's a tough challenge for all of them.
Yeah.
Ohio State and plays Oregon in the Granddaddy, the Rose Bowl. Ohio State's a 2.5 point favorite. What do you think of that game?
Ohio State and Oregon? Really?
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's Oregon. It's no question in my mind. Oregon wins that game. Like I'm not even questioning.
Ohio State, but I think it's definitely Oregon. I think they win, they cover it at 2.5. It's just a pick'em game at that point. But Oregon wins the game.
All right. Yeah, and G Money has Ohio State, so he's against us in everything so far. Okay.
By the way, he's been doing well in college this year, so we should be a little nervous, you know.
And yes, these are straight up picks, by the way. These aren't against the spread.
No, I know. All right. Notre Dame versus Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Carson Bennett is not playing in this game. What do you think?
You mean Carson Beck, right?
Beck, yeah, sorry.
You're back in your Stenson Bennett days, or
Yeah. Carson Beck.
Carson Beck is not playing. And what's the line?
2 points.
2 points. I mean, Georgia still has a pretty stout defense. They still have the potential to win that game. Notre Dame's been playing lights out, man. That's a tough one. I didn't know Carson Beck wasn't playing. Man, I don't even know what to do. I feel like you flipping a coin right now.
Here's what I think Rust is going to hurt. I think Georgia's going to pay for having a month off. I think Notre Dame playing last weekend helps them tremendously. They get a little exhibition game out of their way. I think Notre Dame wins this game handily.
Yeah, you know what? G1's got Notre Dame. You know, I'm just going to jump on both your bandwagons and go with Notre Dame as well.
And by the way, that Oregon game is the only one that you and I have with the home team, or the bye team, I should say, right? You know, the team that had the bye winning, but easily that game could go another way. And that'd be funny if that happens. All four bye teams lose, don't you think?
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, that would be.
Yeah, no, I don't either. All right, real quick. If you had to pick right now of the CFP teams in your picks that you just made, which team you think at the moment is the team to win it all on the 20th?
I got to go with man. Tell me yours first, and I'll tell you mine after.
If Oregon beats Ohio State this week, I think Oregon wins it all.
All right, I'm going to go with an Oregon. Can Oregon and Texas play in the final, or are they in the same bracket?
I don't know yet. That's right, in the semis. I forget how that lines up, but
All right.
I like them to win it all if they win this weekend. I think Ohio be the toughest challenge.
I'm going with a Texas-Oregon final. Texas winning it all.
Ooh, okay. All right, man. Good picks. Talk to you soon.
All right.